Good morning. We are at day 2 of the egg lab. So today I'm going to get the egg out of the vinegar. It's been soaking in since yesterday. I'm going to measure it, its mass, its long circumference, its short circumference. We're going to do some observations of how it looks a little different, and then we're going to set it up for day 3. So reminder on the egg lab doc that looks like this. We typed in this stuff yesterday. Okay. So here it is. Yesterday, the egg had a mass of 59, long circumference of 16, short circumference of 14. It was round in shape, had a hard shell, and it sunk in the vinegar and was bubbling yesterday. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in day 2. Today's date, Wednesday, December 16th. And then let's take a look at the egg, and we're going to fill in the data from what we find. Yeah, it's still kind of sinking. It's resting on the bottom, the egg. It's not floating. And it was bubbling. Looks like there's still a few bubbles in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see. You can see that or not. Still bubbling a little bit. Some bubbles on the surface. So I'm going to carefully dump out the vinegar in the sink and catch the egg. Okay, then I'm going to carefully rinse the egg. A little pure water. Just a little bit. Carefully, because it's a lot different than yesterday. No longer hard. In fact, it's kind of squishy. You can kind of see it's not a hard eggshell anymore on it. It's kind of squishy. So I need to figure out its mass. Remembering that the mass of the cup I already measured yesterday. Same cup. Same mass. We're going to carefully put the egg in the cup, and we're going to figure out its mass. Okay, so looks like day 2, the mass of the cup was still what it was yesterday, 10.3. Mass of cup plus egg is now reading 84.1 grams, and I'll let you guys see that on the scale, although it might be a little hard to see. That's what we got so far.
Good morning. Pardon the interruption. For clarification,
you can see
several parts
84.1.
without power and/or internet this morning.
84.1.
This means many of our 9 through 12 students who are actively learning remotely may not be able to log on to Google Meet. Please be patient.
Sorry about the interruption. We've got the mass. Now I need to measure the long and the short circumference of it. Okay. Again, I'll try to do that so you guys can see it, but I'll also write down and tell you what it is so that we definitely all have the right data. All of us. Okay, so long circumference is this way. And we can kind of see, I hope, looks like it's 16 and a half. 16.5 centimeters. Long ways. And short ways this way. And that looks like it is 15 exactly. So 15 centimeters. So I'm going to carefully put it back in the cup while I type in the data. So remember, with the mass, we got to subtract out the mass of the cup. The mass of the cup is 10.3 grams. So I wrote down the mass of the egg plus the cup is 84.1. So 84.1 minus 10.3 is the mass of the egg. Now, that'd be 73.8 grams. The long circumference I wrote down and you saw was 16.5 centimeters. The short circumference I wrote down and you saw was 15 centimeters. And when we looked at it, after soaking in vinegar for 24 hours, it was still not floating. It was on bottom of cup, still some bubbles, right? And the egg is soft now. Because the hard shell's gone. All right, now we're going to put it into corn syrup. So I have my egg in my cup, and I'm going to cover it in corn syrup, and we'll see what happens to our initial observations and decide for tomorrow. So here goes the corn syrup in. Make sure it's nice and covered. Okay, looks good. Okay, so what do we see about the egg in the corn syrup? Well, it isn't on the bottom. It doesn't sink in corn syrup. Looks like it floats. It's not bubbling, right? Not bubbling like it was in the vinegar. Okay, so it floats in corn syrup and it's not bubbling. And let's cover it with some saran wrap and set it aside for tomorrow. Document those observations, and then we'll be all set. Okay. So let's go back to the dock. At first, it floats in corn syrup and not bubbling. Okay, so that does it for day 2. See you tomorrow for day 3. Thanks.